review of this then. It's a Zanussi ZDC47209 Condenser tumble dryer, and it's all AutoSense Plus. This one has very few time programs. It has 2 time programs, unlike say the lower models, which tend to give you say 2 drying programs for cottons and synthetics. This one gives you loads, and it's basically a full-on sensor dryer instead of a sort of lowered down sensor dryer. Now the sensor works on this by using a brush against the drum, and it literally is running against the drum. Right, down there we've got our water tank and we've got our condenser. Now the condenser actually isn't cleaned, everything else is. That will be done at a later date. We've got several programs. So we'll start, you turn it off at the off position here. You can go either way to turn it on. Right, what I'm going to do is press this button first. It says buzzer, and it turns on a buzzer, beeper, and this will make the beeper work full stop. So generally speaking, if you turn the dial, or you press an option, or you press start, it will always beep. It will also beep at the end of the cycle for a few minutes as well. Also at the end of the cycle, naturally there is up to a 30-minute end anti-crease, but you can extend the anti-crease by pressing the anti-crease, and that will extend it. Then we've also got a delicate button which will lower the temperature of the cottons and synthetic cycle. Then we've also got a delay start. You can have 3 hours, 6 hours or 9 hours. And we've also got these lights here. Condenser will come up if the airflow becomes poor on your condenser. The filter light will come up to also remind you to empty the filter if the filter airflow is poor. And the tank will come up, it will actually come up completely if the tank becomes completely full. It will actually stop mid-cycle until you empty the tank. So, generally speaking, these will come up at the end of the cycle to remind you to check and clear them. So anyway, we got cottons extra dry, well, thoroughly dry cottons of multi-layer fabrics. This has a max load capacity of 7 kilo. So max load capacity for cottons is 7 kilo. Strong dry apparently does the same. So why we've got 2. Cover dry will get them just about ready to put away. Damp dry will leave them slightly damp, ready for ironing. And then you've got iron dry, which does, well, exactly the same. Why need 5 settings? Then we've got synthetics extra dry. Now synthetics has max load of just 3 kilo. Extra dry for multi-layer fabrics. Cover dry gets them ready to wear to put away. And iron dry leaves them slightly damp. We've got 30 and 60 minutes. Now these are made for up to 1 kilo, but actually that's not really true at all. It's what it is if you dry less than 1 kilo, i.e. maybe 2 or 3 items, the sensor doesn't always pick up on it and will abort the cycle after just 2 minutes. So if you've got, say, 1 or 2 items to dry, or if you've got a bigger load, so that's 1 kilo, but let's say you've got a 3 or 4 kilogram load and it's mostly dry, select 60 or 30 minute to finish it off. Again, 60 and 30 minute can be used with delicate and anti-crease and stuff. Then we've got mixed load. Delicate comes up automatically and it can't be switched off. This allows you to dry a mixed load of up to 3 kilo. What's odd is that it's not exactly for cottons and synthetics now, is it? Since they use the same temperature, right? But anyway, it allows you to dry different fabrics of different thicknesses completely dry. The baby cycle allows up to 2 kilogram, and it's a special program for drying jumpers, which I find a bit odd. But anyway, what I did find when I was using it is that it frequently reverses a lot more frequently than normal. I actually tried a load of bedding in this the other day, and it came out perfectly dry. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate that to you in a minute, since it's a unique program. The Genius program allows you to dry 7 kilos of full load of multi-layered fabrics. Yeah, so basically it's cotton's extra dry. Then we've got Cooling, which is a 10-minute program for refreshing fabrics. Actually, it should just be used for if you've been using the time programs or you interrupt the cycle for any reason and you take out the clothes. When it's still hot, you should use the cooling program to cool down the heater to keep the longevity going of the heater. If you don't, it can prematurely damage your heater and shorten the lifespan of your machine. Right, so to open the door, we push here. We've also got our label at the top there, which originally came with the machine, which is the register to activate your free guarantee. You have your main filter in the door. You have your secondary filter down here. Now, because of wear and tear, generally after just a year, and bearing in mind this is now a few years old, this will start to fill up pretty much after every cycle, so it's best to do both after every cycle. And then we've got a galvanised split drum, it's a bit bizarre, with a stainless steel front area here. So this is important. So we've got galvanised here, split with this, which is a bit odd because you can have a stainless steel version of the same drum with the same split band. And then the stainless steel front lip here. Now, that's where the sensor runs on permanently. So any contact between, any moisture contact on that surface from this side will transmit a tiny electrical, it will increase conductivity within the metal. So then that reads through the sensor and then the sensor can read off that. Quite a clever way of doing it. We've also got 3 drum pedals as well. Alright, so drying will be lit throughout the entire cycle, including the cool down section, and then when it actually finishes it will go to ends/anti-crease. So Right, so after the 30 minutes of anti-grease has lapsed, or the 90 minutes of if you press additional anti-grease anyway, it will start to beep again if the buzzer has been selected. It will do this for a further few minutes. Unless you open the door. And it will stop. Alright, let's clean our filters. And that can just go straight in the bin. Ooh, they are just about ready to wear. Very ever so slight dampness, but nothing that a bit of air for half an hour will air them out. So, and then we'll also check our water tank. There's only a little bit in there, look. So we're not going to bother this time around. Cool. What to give this out to? So what to give this out of 10 then? Well, this is quite advanced. It was quite expensive as well, if I remember rightly. It was something like towards the £400 mark. Well, I suppose it's not that expensive, but it actually dries pretty well. It's spot on because of where the sensor is. There's hardly any down failures with it at all. So there we go. What to give this out of 10 then? I personally, at this expense, and there was actually, they could have done it, but they didn't, was to put a drawer at the top. They should have put the collection water tank at the top, not the bottom. And for that, it's going to get 9 out of 10, and that's the only reason why. I personally think that should have been put up there just due to the pricing point. But other than that, saying that, they tend to be more reliable technically if they're at the bottom, since you're not dealing with a pump fail or any blockages. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you in another review soon. Bye for now. Don't forget to comment what you like about the machine, like, and subscribe if you haven't already done. Bye for now.